Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have Dragon's Rage Channeler. Let's see. Blue Red Delver from Adam versus Rodney on Dragon. So leading out with a Dragon Rage Channeler or Delver versus this budget combo deck. Mono black. Wasteland not going to be really useful. Dragon's Rage Channeler really adds a lot of extra power to the cantrips. I'm talking about Ponders, Brainstorms, Expressive Iterations, the ability to not scry, but surveil first. Fuels the graveyard for, of course, Dragon Rage itself, but also Murktide Regent, and just generally gives you maximum card selection. Now we have Grief going after Delver's hand, and this may just open up a window. A lot of the times Delver will not be able to have like multiple Force of Wills this early in the game. But they do. They've got Force in double days. Of course, Force of Will key card in the format. It's also something that allows Blue-Red Delver to execute its game plan consistently. And Entomb is going to be able to resolve only these 2 dazes in hand. Going to be at any card. Rodney's going to go with Gristlebrand. Good in this matchup. As a 7/7 lifelink. Might not even need to combo off. I mean, Blue-Red Delver doesn't really have much to do to contend with Gristlebrand aside from Murktide Regent, which I guess is more than previous builds have had access to be fair. Murktide can absolutely be bigger than Gristlebrand. One random card here is Force of Will Ponder. Finding another copy. Force of Will stopping this reanimate. Just a daze left in hand. The spell being sacrificed. Looks like another go around, this time Dance of the Dead. Reanimate denied. Dance of the Dead resolving. Gristlebrand does enter tapped for Ranamarsh. Dragon Rage Channeler. Currently dwarfed by the now 8/8 lifelink flyer. Even Murktide Regent has to be at maximum stats to contend here. Tough spot for Blue-Red Delver. Dance of the Dead not losing life, unlike Reanimate. And interesting that Rodney did not opt to draw any cards. He's just going to ride out this 8/8 flying lifelink, seems to be the plan. Delver's pretty much out of gas. Double Force of Will, not enough. Dashing Monkey. He shows up, reveals a not at all useful card. 8 lifelink. And Reanimate. Grabbing Grief, which is going to strip the Monkey from hand. That is going to do it for game 1. Double Force of Will, not enough to stop a combo deck. That's always scary. But there's a lot of discard. And really what you need to do is stop anything from getting into the graveyard. That tends to be the optimal line. Now, it's not always available. You can only play the cards that you have, but in general, if you can stop an Entomb or stop a Reanimate, you're generally going to prefer to try and stop the card from going to the graveyard. Now, the thing that makes that more complex now is the addition of Grief. Historically, it was pretty difficult to get rid of. Sorry, I lost my thought there as I bring up Grief. Historically, if you could stop the Entomb, maybe the Careful Study, those type of effects, so you could just counterspell those and you'd be in good shape. But Dragon has gotten better at getting cards into the graveyard. Grief, for example, here is going to end up into the graveyard quite frequently, enabling any reanimate effects to basically serve as additional discard spells. And then Collective Brutality does have that ability to escalate, also getting cards from hand into the graveyard in a uncounterable way. So it's a much harder thing to keep that graveyard kind of managed. Ragavan. See a Surgical, Brainstorm. Surgical is taken by Grief. There's another monkey in hand. Brainstorm. Very, very good looking. Convert that monkey into something better. Gonna need multiples. All likelihood. Rodney really tanking on. This passes the turn. Gotta anticipate a Ragavan swinging, getting a treasure. Guy helps to ramp and can generate card advantage. So this matchup, one of the worst ones as far as cards to hit. There's actually just a ton of cards that are total garbage. Obviously, lands in every matchup are something you don't want to see with Ragavan, but Animate Dead, Dance of the Dead, Bristlebrand, World Gorger Dragon. There's a lot of cards that are not going to help you as a Ragavan player when you connect with World Gorger Dragon. They don't even look like they're Magic cards half the time. Gorger Dragon, just text on that card, really not doing what it was intended to do. Interaction. Oh, and Entomb is resolving during the end step. Ragavan and Dragon Rage Channeler not line up very well with Gristlebrand. If Rodney can bring back this demon from the graveyard, he may be able to win all on his own. Swamp. Looked like he was going to play another free discard spell for a second there. Reanimate with a mana available in case of daze. There's nothing there to stop him. And that is it. Gristlebrand, enough to draw the concession as Blue-Red Delver goes when it's beat.